Welcome to BaseballGuys.com. I'm your host and around the horn, Ray Flowers. That's right, it's Friday, and on Fridays, what do? I inform you about the best way to turn your hard-earned cash into some big-time cash thanks to Fanduel.com. Go above me, you can look at all the information there. The bottom line is this. You take $10, you sign up for the contest that's listed up there above my head. You get a chance at $1 million in prizes, the grand prize being $200,000. Again, it takes $10 to do this. You turn that $10 into $200,000. If you make it to the finals, if you're one of the finalists, you get an all-paid expenses, taken care of trip to Las Vegas, hotel, meals, all of that, just for being one of the finalists. There are so many ways you can make money in this tournament. It's fantastic. I have been there. I've seen the baseball event in person. I broadcast it. I've seen the football event in person. I broadcast that as well. FanDuel.com really takes care of you. Take that $10, give it your shot to win $200,000 and get an all-expense-paid trip to Vegas for you and a friend. FanDuel.com, check it out. Some matchups for that event if you're looking to play it on Friday, or just those of you looking to set your lineup in a regular roto setup with a daily lineup possibility change. I'll go through some good names, some bad names for Friday. Some good names, let's start out there. Dustin Pedroia and Jacoby Ellsbury both murder Brandon Morrow. 522 average for Pedroia, 474 average for Ellsbury. Now the problem with that is Morrow was supposed to pitch today. He had a little bit of back stiffness last time he threw the ball, so he has been moved to Sunday. So keep that in mind on Sunday. Ellsbury and Pedroia on Sunday, even though it's not going to get a chance to do it on Friday, on Sunday against Morrow. Very, very good option. They've had a lot of success against him. Ichiro Suzuki, real disappointment this year. Just can't get it going. Cold streaks, mini hot streaks, more cold streaks. He's obviously not the player he once was, but against Wade Davis, he's had 8 hits and 16 at-bats. If he doesn't get going today, not that one day means everything, but boy, he's really got to get going today given the success he's had against Davis. At this point, Ichiro's been a big drain on his fantasy owners. He's almost impossible to play in the daily setup, but 8 for 16 against Wade Davis, maybe you give it a shot. Dave Bruce against Giovanni Gardo. Now, Gardo does have stretches of time where he gives up the long ball. That's kind of one of his bugaboos. Dave Bruce obviously has huge stretches of time where all he does is hit home runs. Haven't really seen that this year from Jay Bruce. Maybe that changes on Friday. 414 batting average, 2 home runs, and 29 at-bats against Giovanni Gardo. He's also knocked in 8 runs. Jay Bruce with a good bat against Gardo. Let's see if that can propel him. Try it that way. Can propel him to a long extended hot streak with the bat, one that's been missing thus far in 2013. All right, Jamie Carroll. Yeah, Jamie Carroll. Hear me out. Jamie Carroll hitting 400 with 2 home runs against Jason Hamler. I know, it's Jamie Carroll, but he's dirt cheap in the daily league. I'm sure he's on the waiver wire there in a mixed league if you're really looking for some help in the infield position. 402 home runs against Jason Hamler. Can't explain it in those 15 at-bats, but he's had a lot of success. And then finally, Carlos Beltran against John Garland. Now, you might say to yourself, everyone has success against John Garland, and to a certain extent, that is kind of true. But Carlos Beltran has a lot of success. 308 batting average and 448 on-base percentage against John Garland. Beltran, he's healthy for the moment, makes him a solid play in a daily setup. Now, the bad side, some guys that aren't productive in the matchups that got coming into Friday. Adam Linden against John Lester. Don't even touch this guy. 3 hits and 27 at-bats, including 10 strikeouts, more than once of every 3 of those at-bats. Linden striking out against Lester. Lester has looked good this year. Still go with Adam Linden today. Andrew McCutchen has been fantastic of late. He's hitting 478 the last week. 478, and all of a sudden his numbers are starting to look more Andrew McCutchen-like after a little bit of a slow start to the season. But against Sean Markham, he's got 2 hits and 14 at-bats. I know Markham hasn't been healthy. Markham hasn't looked great when he's been on the hill. But the matchup says, despite the recent success of Andrew McCutchen, the matchup says it's a bad one for McCutchen. You have to decide that we're spending the money on McCutchen in the daily fantasy game because he's been so hot of late, or do you favor and give more weight to the 2 for 14 against Sean Markham? Your call to make. Ryan Zimmerman, here's the call to make with him against Jeff Samardzija. Don't play him. 0 for 11. Doesn't have a single hit. He obviously has had a hard time getting started as well, playing through injury in his own right. Ryan Zimmerman, not someone you should have an interest in on Friday. Pablo Sandoval doesn't have a strikeout against Tim Hudson. That's not a huge shock. Sandoval can hit everything. Hudson's not a big strikeout arm. But he's only got 2 hits and 17 at-bats. It's not a good matchup. It's not one that Sandoval's had much success in. Of course, he could rip off 3 or 4 hits tonight. That's just his nature. Not a good matchup on paper, though. And then finally, we got the case of Justin Upton. phenomenal. Might be the NL MVP at this point, doing everything for the Braves. But he's really slowed down of late. He doesn't have a home run the last week. He's batting .200 the last week. Now he faces Matt Cain, who's hit .277 against in his career. But he's got 14 strikeouts and 47 at-bats. It's almost 1 every 3 at-bats, which isn't good. He's only got 1 home run in those 47 at-bats. Matt Cain's problem this year has been the home run. Justin Upton's success this year has been the home run. Another tough call that you might consider moving on from Justin Upton in the daily game because of its cost. In a roto game, you're probably good and still rolling out there. I'm Ray Flowers, BaseballGuys.com. Thanks for joining me on Around the Horn. Guess what? I'll talk to you again. How about next Friday?